Some are dull, some are cheerful, and some are serious. But no matter how their personalities are shaped, these people have one thing in common: their brains. These detectives have used their brains to hunt down criminals and serial killers, and you should think twice before falling on their spotlight if you committed a crime. So get ready to surrender as we count down our list of the top 10 anime detectives. Number 10 on our list is Shinya Kogumi from Psycho Pass. Before he got caught in the Sybil system as a criminal, he was originally a detective before his friend was killed and his mind was corrupted. Even though he's someone who remains emotionless and antisocial, he is smart when it comes to solving crimes. A good example for this is him figuring out the mastermind behind the murders and finally succeeding in hunting down Shogo Makishima using his detective skills. The only weakness of Shinya Kogumi is his anger. Sometimes with his hatred, he could forget about his methods and think violence is the best choice, which is why his crime coefficient got exceeded as well. Want a detective who can be serious at times but also funny and cheerful? In number 9, we have Osamu Dazai from Bungou's Stray Dogs.
Osamu, duck!
The difference between Dazai and the other detectives in our list is that before his supernatural detective career started, he was a patient in an asylum who tried to commit suicide. You can never think such a person can be a detective, right? But Dazai is not only a genius when it comes to solving crimes, he also has the ability to manipulate people around him while solving the crime to get the necessary outcome he wants. He is a very strange personality, at times joking and at times serious, but somehow managed to stay charismatic until he solves the crime. His greatest foe so far has been Fyodor Dostoevsky, but at the end of Season 3, Dazai managed to surpass him as well. She's the only woman in our list, and she's damn good. And number 8, we have Major Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell franchise. Half cyborg, half human, this lady knows how to use her intellect to solve any crime. From figuring out who the puppet master is, the original Ghost in the Shell movie, to capturing serial killers and hackers in Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, Kusanagi has the ability to find clues, deduct, and find the criminals using the cyborg brain of hers. She works with Public Security Section 9 on finding criminals and solving mysteries. Part-time manga artist, part-time delivery man, part-time supernatural. In number 7, we have Satoru Fujinuma from the anime series Erased.
You can't just leave the door open like...
Satoru has the ability called the Revival, which sends him back in time before a major incident has happened. On the day of his mother's death, he is sent 18 years into the past to prevent the murder, and while saving his mother, he also manages to save the lives of his childhood friends. Satoru is a genius when it comes to figuring out mysteries. With his abilities, he figures out all these murders were done by the same person, and then makes it his job to hunt him down. With his powers and intellect, Satoru sure deserves a spot on our list. In number 6, we have Hajime Kindaichi in the anime series The File of Young Kindaichi.
これで何もかもはっきりしたぜ。二人が殺された理由も使われたトリックも謎は全て解けた。
Hajime is the grandson of the great detective Kosuke Kindaichi and takes his pride in solving mysteries in the name of his grandfather, although he remains as an unmotivated and lazy person when he is alone. But behind his lazy demeanor, this boy hides a great potential in solving crimes. You can say he got the trait from his grandfather. And this boy has an IQ exceeding a whopping 180. But despite his laziness, he is a loyal friend and a great detective, so he definitely deserves a spot in this list. At number 5, we have Q in Detective School Q. Inspired by a man named Satoru, Kyu grew up to become a detective, and at the age of 14 he enrolled in the DDQ, also known as the Dan Detective School. His ambition to become a detective happened when he was kidnapped by a gang, and the man called Satoru saved him. Just like other detectives in this list, Kyu is an awkward boy but with high intellect. His motto is, "A detective must never give up, or the case will remain unsolved," which is taught by Morihiko Dan, who is the founder of the Dan Detective Agency. Just like young Kindaichi, Kyu is loyal to his friends, but is also very judgmental, and you can't call that quirk bad when you're a detective. How about a detective completely opposite to Dazai? At number 4, we have Hotaro Oreki from Hyouka.
Isn't that? I think that's innocent.
When his older sister asks Oreki to join the classic literature club, he is joined by Eru Chitanda, a girl obsessed with mysteries. And you guessed it, there is only one person in this whole club who can think strategically to solve these mysteries, and that's Hotaro Oreki. Even though he's a genius, Hotaru's potential is hindered by his dullness and monotonous behavior, and even though his friends Chitanda, Satoshi, and Mayaka try their best to cheer him up, he always remains bored. But despite that, Hotaru is just like the young version of Sherlock Holmes. He just has to spare a glance at a clue before figuring out half of the mystery. In number 3, we have Kenzou Tenma from the anime and manga series Monster. Dr. Kenzou Tenma was never a detective, but a genius brain surgeon with a strong sense of justice. On a fateful day, he gets to save the life of a child and a politician. Abandoning the social standing, Tenma treats the child, and the politician dies from his wounds. Tenma loses his social standing, but even worse, the mysterious child escapes, leaving corpses in the path, and now it's Tenma's chance to correct it. What makes Tenma's character great is his characterization.
How can I be calm when I hold a person's life in my hands? In these hands. How in the hell can I be calm?
While other detectives revolve around the same archetypal personalities, Tenma is a man who is trying to correct his mistakes while using his brain to deduct mysteries and follow the trail of the serial killer. As a detective who played with fate, this doctor deserves number 3 in our list. In number 2, we have Conan Edogawa from Detective Conan. Jimmy Kudo, a high school teenager who worked as a detective, is attacked by the Black organization while he is solving one of his mysteries. The members force him to drink an experimental liquid, which turns him into a child. He adopts the name Conan Edogawa, and he continues to figure out the mysteries of the Black organization while trying to return back to his teen years. Conan is not only a genius, but he is also good at deducing crimes from simple facts. Even though he looks like a small kid, he has the intellect of an 18-year-old and is quick to grasp clues behind mysteries as he solves them. Being the genius he is, he deserves the second spot in our list. Tune on your ears, mystery fans. Here is the greatest detective from the most popular manga of all time. At number 1, we have L from Death Note.
And I've come to a conclusion. Our surveillance of the Kitamura and Yagami households has revealed nothing.
He never reveals his real name and manages to keep it secret till the end. What pushed L to number 1 in our list is his intellect. He was the only one who managed to go head-to-head with Kira, aka Light Yagami.
Kira, I will hunt you down wherever you're hiding and I will eliminate you. I am.
And managed to solve almost all of the mysteries our young serial killer pushed towards him. L is very personal about his affairs and trusts only one person, Watari, which says just how serious he is about his detective career. L also has weird habits and postures, such as eating sweets as he makes deductions and staying hunched during the whole anime. But these weird traits don't make him any less of a genius. Even though he is technically still a teenager, he has the ability to grasp situations completely just by staring at the computer screen. So with that, we reach the end. Did you like our top 10 anime detectives list? Please like our video and let us know who your favorite detective is. We upload content like this every day, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel. This is it for today, folks. See you in our next video.